done so far here. So I drilled the web this way and then through the spine and back through, and I put in baling wire, twisted it tight. I looped it around the end there. You can see down and underneath. If I had a little turnbuckle, that'd be really good, but I don't. So just twisted the wire as tight as I dared before it broke. And I did that on the 3 spines that were broken. The 4th one I didn't bother with, this one. Okay, so tonight I drilled inside these spines, these spider legs, and they're a channel about 1 inch deep. I drilled them. I put a 1024 stainless screw through with a locking nut, 2 on each. On this one, the break was right about in here. So I put a screw on one side of the break right here, and then another one here. Same idea on that. Pretty much the same spacing, you know, we want this thing balanced, right? But before I did that, I shot a bunch of liquid nails, this miracle stuff, and I squirted it in underneath each rib and around underneath the bottom before I screwed it down. I've had good luck with that stuff. It sticks anything to anything. I cleaned it a little bit underneath, but it's more of a cushion, but I think it'll help. Okay, so the inside of the drum looks like a hardware store. It's full of I don't know, you can't see it. Let's see here. Alright, so I got stainless washers. I haven't tightened up the middle ones yet, but the ones on the spiders, nice and tight. So I'm going to do those, the ones in the middle. There's 6, there's 12 webs, and I did every other web, and I'm going to screw those down. Alright. So here's the update. So the JB Weld is hard as a rock, and I dammed it with some foam rubber stuff. And on the side there's some holes that I drilled. This is one I drilled, holes in here, see them? So that lets the JB Weld weep out and grab longitudinally. How's that? End to end. You'll see on this one that I glued, some of it came out, so it's working. So I got 2 ribs done so far, and what's next is to do the other 2. And I put in a couple of pieces of threaded rod, act as a rebar. This is 1024, quarter 20 would be good too. I didn't have any. So right up to the end near the hub, and I will dam it probably about here and fill that with JB Weld. Now JB Weld, I use quite a bit of it here, but you can get the 10-ounce package from Amazon for about $14, and I bought 2 of them. So one package did 2 ribs, and I'll use this package later today when I do it, mix it right up. One mistake I made is the filling these holes here, these webs. Filled them with liquid nails, but it didn't dry, so I cleaned it all out. And I'm going to fill that with JB Weld also at the same time. So I'll mix up a good big batch. Put my I don't know what you call it, micro rebar, I guess. Just lay it in there like that, and that's about all I can do for this old girl. And it does seem solid as a rock. When it's all done, I'll grind this so it's flush. because there isn't very much clearance between that and the back plate of the washer drum. So that's where I'm at. Thank you. Alright, so there's the JB Weld. They got 2 piles of stuff in there. I don't know where you get them, but I use this key for the tube. Used to have them as kids with the toothpaste, but if you want every last bit out of the tube, that's the way to go. Just a tip. So both tubes look like this now, and it's all in there. I'm going to stir it up and put it in the web. So I'm mixing up the JB Weld here. I just use the package that it comes in. So she's all mixed. Should pretty much look like that, sort of a slate gray. So I'm ready to apply the, I'm going to fill this JB Weld right in here in these troughs. And I cut some of the cardboard from the package and use it as little scooper paddle things. Shovel it in, smooth it out. Hopefully I'll have some left over to fill the webs up. Alright, so she's in there. Just working it in there with a screwdriver. You don't want any air bubbles, so you got some in here, some gaps. Work that in. You know, if you see some hardener that's not quite mixed in, you just sort of mix it in after you pour it. All you can do is the best you can do. It's pretty forgiving. So it's an amateur job, what can I say? So that would just get in there, that'd be good. And should start seeing some of the stuff ooze out of the little weep holes there. Maybe you can force it some. There we go. Yep, she's working. I don't think I'm going to fill these quite as full because I don't think I'm going to have enough to do these and the webs if I fill them chock full. So anyway, so there's that, and there's that one. So now all 4 spines have it in there, JB Weld, and now I'm going to mix up what's left and dump it in there and reinforce the web. Alright, so there it is, it's all in there. Now I'm just going to work it around a little bit, get the air bubbles out. So last night, after I dug out the glue that didn't dry, I have a burr attachment on my drill here. And I really went to town on it, kind of like a tooth cavity. So all of these webs are pretty much ground down to metal. They were pretty rough to begin with, but whatever. You do all you can. It's a one-shot deal. If this thing blows apart, we'll be loading her for the dump. Alright, so after I do that, let her settle a couple days, grind her off, put her back together. Bubbles taken out. Alright, took the back off. It's time to put the hoary thing back together. Got the drum here ready to go in. I'm going to clean her up a little bit with a little ammonia, wipe it down, check it out, make sure the gasket surface around the edge is clean. I got the gasket here. I'm going to wipe it down and clean it, and we'll see. Some steel woolen and some ammonia, wiping it down with a towel, inside of the outer drum looks pretty good. I don't see any evidence of leaks. I think we're good to move on. Alright, she's back together, sorta. The back's not on yet, but I thought I'd show you how it looks. Took a little doing to seat the gasket around it, but with some channel locks and some vice grips and a pry bar, I got it in, and you tighten the back of it sort of like a head of an engine or something. You go back and forth across it, the bolt pattern, and got the motor back on. Notice how the drum doesn't hit. So next is put water to her and power and see if she works. Well, she's doing something.